Hey friends, it's Terri. I make Philippine travel updates. Today is a very important update. Finally, this is it. It's some great news. It's no longer a discussion. It's not a study. It's been confirmed. The Department of Tourism announced just today that the Philippines will reopen to foreign tourists. Yes, you heard me right. The Philippines will reopen to foreign tourists. All right. Let me give you the details. The Philippines will welcome fully vaccinated tourists again in the country. According to the Department of Secretary Puyat, the government's pandemic task force, the IATF, has approved in principle the recommendation to allow entry of fully vaccinated tourists from countries under the green list. So the Philippines will welcome soon fully vaccinated foreign tourists from green countries. I know you have your reaction. Let's keep going. We'll talk about that soon. According to Secretary Puyat, allowing tourists from green countries or territories that have the majority of its population vaccinated and with low infection rate will greatly help in our recovery efforts, increasing tourist arrivals and receipts, among others. This will help our GDP growth, and she reminds that only fully vaccinated individuals with vaccines recognized by the FDA and the World Health Organization will be allowed to enter the country. She said that a special technical working group on travel has been tasked to immediately come up with guidelines on international travel to be approved by the IATF. So if you're asking me if your vaccines are approved, I think so. Most of your vaccines will be. So Pfizer, you already know, AstraZeneca, CoronaVac, Sputnik, Janssen, Covaxin, Moderna, Sinopharm. These are approved by the Philippines. We're using it, so it will be accepted for entry. So if you received any of these vaccines, it will be accepted. We don't really count booster shot because we're only starting booster shot for health workers. So it doesn't matter if you don't have booster shot. The important thing here is you're fully vaccinated, okay? Fully vaccinated, 2 doses or 1 dose if it's Johnson & Johnson. This is indeed a welcome development. It's long overdue. Our Asian neighbors like Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia have already reopened their borders. It's time we follow. What are the green countries, Jennifer? So who can avail this green list? Travelers coming from these countries for the last 14 days. Okay, so I'll mention major countries. China, which is the second biggest market for the Philippines on foreign tourists. China is on 4th list, mainland. There's India, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Japan, Morocco, Palau, Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, United Arab Emirates. So I just mentioned the major countries. Oman also in Pakistan is our green country. So Jennifer, our country is not on this list. How about US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, or Europe countries? They're not on the list. Does this mean that you cannot avail green list? No. Green lanes is about travel history. It's not about the nationality. Okay, to avail green list as of the current protocols, and it's been always like this. We don't know whether they will change it or adjust it for foreign tourists, but this is the current rules, and it's always been like this. You can avail green lanes if you have a travel history for the last 14 days to that green country before arriving in the Philippines. So let's say you're coming from UAE. You stayed in UAE from December 1 to December 14, and then you travel to the Philippines. You arrive in the Philippines on December 15, then that's covered by green lane. So it's not about the nationality, it's about travel history. And you have to stay in the green country for 14 days. Not 1, 2, 3, or 1 week. It has to be 14 days. And even if you're not vaccinated in that country, it's okay. It's not about where you are vaccinated. Again, it's just about travel history. Now, it's good news for many travelers still. I know China, a lot of tourists who want to come here. UAE, it's a very common place for binational couples to meet. Maybe you can travel together, but then yeah, the twist is you have to stay there for 14 days. I know there are still a lot of you, of course, who will be disappointed, those with limited time or those with limited finances. No, why do you have to go in a third country and stay there for 14 days? Why can't they just include countries, our biggest markets for tourism, like US, Canada, Australia, some European countries, their biggest markets for tourism as well. So this is the current protocol. Hey, we don't know yet whether they will change it for foreign tourists, but I don't think so. Yeah, it's still good news. Look, it's still reopening. I know it gives people a chance, right? Especially or retirees, or you don't have to wait for this SRRV and 9A visa plus TFA exemption. Oh, it takes ages, man. When we reopen to green countries, yeah, you can just go in a green country, stay there for 14 days and enter. What about immigration requirements, Jennifer? Would it be just go back to 30 days visa? We don't have the information yet. The information on reopening is only coming from the Department of Tourism as of now. I'm sure the immigration will come up with their press release soon because they're also excited for this. But this is what we know now. Hopefully they will not make it complicated, just bring back the visa-free entry. Yeah, no more twists and turns. Make it simple, Philippines. Make it attractive to come here, right? Shouldn't make it complicated for everyone. So this is it, the green countries. And mind you guys, please be reminded that the green countries are being updated every 2 weeks. So whether you plan to stay in UAE for 2 weeks and then travel to the Philippines, there is a risk to that. Because I'll give you an example, Australia or New Zealand, we were on green for so long and then we were removed because we had cases. So it's not forever. This green list is updated every 2 weeks. And Jennifer, this is only good for green countries and those people who have the finances and the time to stay for 14 days in a green country. How about us with limited time? We are from yellow country. There's also something for you. According to the Department of Tourism, they're also working with a small technical working group on travel on its proposed vaccinated travel lanes or bubbles program to allow entry of vaccinated tourists from yellow list countries under certain restrictions and strict conditions. There you go. They're also working at travel lanes from yellow list countries, foreign tourists from yellow list countries. So I think they're following the program of Singapore, vaccinated travel lanes or bubbles. Well, they make that quick because like a lot of countries don't ban Filipinos, diba? When they reopen to a lot of countries. Like Thailand reopened to like more than 50 countries and they really focused on their biggest markets for tourism, right? They didn't copy CDC list. They made their own list. So yes, exciting things ahead. Finally, things are moving forward. It's no longer just discussion or study. It is gonna happen. Jennifer, when is the implementation of this? There's no date yet. But hey, what all that matters is that it's approved. It's approved. It's not discussion or study. We will reopen soon. So anyone here from green countries will book their ticket as soon as the implementation guidelines are announced. Anyone here? This is still great news. Look, and reminder, the current rules, if you're coming from green lanes and you're a foreigner, yan, RT-PCR test 72 hours before departure, and then there would be absolutely no quarantine in a hotel. You go straight to your home. Well, of course, there is exemption to that if there is an LG requirement. But if I were you, I'd just go straight to a top tourist destination. Simple entry. And I accidentally deleted my goodbye clip, but yes, if you're worried about vaccination proof, Jennifer, would our vaccination proof be accepted? As far as experience goes, as far as I know from travelers who availed green lanes, their vaccination proof, although there were foreigners, were accepted with ease. It wasn't complicated, but so hopefully it will be the same thing once we reopen to tourists. I'll let you know once we get the information, but this is all I can share for today. And let me know how you think about this update. I'll see you tomorrow with another update. Stay safe and God bless you. Bye. Oh, before I end this video, thank you for all those who subscribed to my channel. Wow, the universe has aligned. We announced reopening when I achieved 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all who subscribe to my channel and everyone who support and, believe in our information. Thank you. I'll see you guys in another video. Stay safe and God bless. Bye.